What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Beloved. Thank you again to Phil, and this is obviously a deep dive that had fallen off a bit. I've been trying to catch up on some outstanding deep dives. And we're returning to their Where It Is album, 1987, though in this case I think it is relevant to remind that I'm working from the 1988 CD version, because this track is listed with a subtitle saying New Vocal. So it's Righteous Me is the name of the song, and given the parenthetical New Vocal, I'm guessing that when the CD version came out, this was a track that was re-recorded, indeed with a new vocal. So yes, if I'm reading that right, I do wonder why it was considered worthy of re-recording the vocal for the track. Maybe the singer wasn't happy with his original rendering, or maybe just the studio or someone in the creative department thought that it was worthwhile to give it another go. In any case, Righteous Me, it's a funny phrase. Being self-righteous is sort of a negative description. It's the idea that you're being high and mighty, but perhaps without justification or cause, or even maybe if you have cause, that you're being judgmental, or you're putting yourself up on a pedestal relative to other people. Righteous Me maybe doesn't have quite that same connotation, but it certainly sounds like there's a bit of cheekiness afoot, there's a bit of clever playfulness, the idea of, oh, righteous me. Like, it feels like something you'd say when you're not being entirely serious, or when you are having a bit of fun with whatever perhaps more legitimate idea that you're trying to convey. So I do wonder what the phrase might be in the context of the song. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is The Beloved, the track is Righteous Me, and again, it's listed as having a new vocal, and I'm guessing that means this is distinct from the 1987 version of the track, because as I said, we're working from a CD version, 1988. beautiful tune sonically. It sort of gave me Tears for Fears vibes a little bit, almost maybe a little like the second half of the 80s, Echo and the Bunnymen. I've been going through their 1987 self-titled album. It gave me a bit of those vibes as well. But a very beautiful tune with some soaring guitar, some keyboard lines that were up high in the track, but also like a depth vocally. And again, I wonder how that might relate or be distinct from, relate to or be distinct from, to get my correct prepositions in there, the original vocal. But yeah, lyrically it feels a bit more nuanced. It sounds like maybe he's saying that, you know, he has everything he wants, and when he smiles and laughs, he can leap tall buildings, a bit of a, you know, Superman reference in there, but to feel like you are very powerful and able and have everything you need and more. But it sounds like maybe he's like still feeling like he should expect more, that he wants more. I don't know if we heard the phrase righteous me, but he definitely was making reference to himself using the pronoun me. But yeah, I just wonder if maybe he's saying that on the surface everything looks great, he has everything he wants, but maybe there's still something lacking, there's still some unfulfilled expectation, or beneath the surface it's maybe not as perfectly tranquil as you would think looking from the outside. Because I think he said something like he has a house, he has children. It sounds like he's painting a picture of an ideal grown-up's life who is doing all the major life achievements that are often thought to be important or respectable, but there's maybe something that again is unfulfilled. There's a longing for something more. But if you are leaping buildings, whether figuratively or I suppose more literally, I don't expect that there's a directly literal idea, but if you are capable of doing such things, it sounds like you've got everything going for you. But there were a couple moments and a couple phrases along the way in the song that made me wonder if there's more turmoil beneath the surface than you would think, again, superficially. So I look forward to anyone who has some insight here. But yes, just cool sonically, and one that I think does speak to, as I now understand it, and of course with different variations, different stylistic choices and directions among the various groups from the 80s I've been going through, which are now manifold on the channel. But it does feel like a later 80s tune compared to some of the stuff that, you know, I've heard 81, 82, and so on. It feels a bit more dense and mixed natural instrument with keyboard, as opposed to, again, some of the earliest 80s stuff which really has a like more electronic keyboard sound. So either way, an enjoyable tune, a beautiful one sonically. Nice to get back to the beloved. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.